Not all blood tests are made the same, and it's super important that you're getting the right kind. Whenever it comes to blood testing, we have an endless amount of things that we can look at. But the most important thing is that we're looking at what I call functional ranges as opposed to your traditional lab ranges. Whenever you go to get your blood drawn, the lab will have their specific ranges, which are their reference ranges. So this means this particular test is coming up as being high or it's coming up as being low. What that actually is each lab is different. So you can go to one lab and that particular range is going to be one thing. You can go to the lab literally right next door and that range is going to be something completely different potentially, or it could be the same. Each lab makes up their own reference ranges based off of literally the average of all the people that have come in to get blood work there. And then that's where they average whether something is high or something is low. What this does not take into consideration is that most people who are going to the lab to get their blood taken and blood tested for, is that most of those people already have issues going on, and that's why they've been sent to get their blood. So that means if by the time you have something that's out of that range, whether it be low or whether it be high, you already potentially have a disease process going on. We want to try and catch things before you get into either of those ranges. So what we look at is what are called functional ranges. So these are much more narrow. So things kind of have to be more perfect and functioning optimally to stay in that reference range. So things can be in lab range, not out of lab high or lab low, but they can still be out of that functional range. This is super important because that means that things potentially aren't functioning optimal, but they're still not kind of gotten so bad that they're out of those general reference ranges. So we want to try and catch that first, and then we'll hopefully prevent going out of those traditional lab ranges. This allows us to get on the front end, kind of start to make interventions before you go down the route to potentially having disease or issues there. So you need to find a good doctor who's going to look into your functional lab ranges, look at blood work from a different perspective, as well as order those additional tests that your additional doctors potentially might not order for you, but that you need to make sure that your body is functioning optimally and not just, okay, we're just going down the checklist to looking at a few things here. So if you need anything, please feel free to reach out to thehealthyplace.org. You can find my schedule. If you need a consultation, you can give me a call, as well as you can send me an email at info@thehealthyplace.org. So find somebody that can do some functional blood work for you. If you need anything, feel free to reach out. I can get something set up for you. And then look forward to seeing you soon and hope you have a blessed day.